All right, so this week we've seen a lot of low back pain, and the low back pain that we've been seeing is because of muscular imbalance in the lower half of the extremities. That imbalance happens in two ways. It happens either that there's an imbalance side to side, or there's an imbalance up the kinematic chain of one leg. So it could be happening in a singular calf tightness to the quad, or a weakness of calf to quad, or it could be happening in comparison to one side to the other. But the net result is the person ends up with low back pain or even neck pain because something has to compensation up the body, or it's called the kinematic chain, where there's compensation for the tightness and they end up with low back pain. So we've been spending a lot of time stretching people this week and trying to balance out those imbalances. And we're going to look at what we can do to open it up. But we're also going to look at some upper extremity work that we can do to, once that everything is locked in the lower half of the body, correct things that are going on in the upper body so we don't have to experience pain up there. Okay, so this is where we start. Feet parallel, hips width apart. Here's your asius. This is your pubic symphysis. As always, this is hips width apart. So we want to make sure our feet are parallel. We're going to push down big toe and the corresponding metatarsal head, outer four toes and corresponding metatarsal heads, but especially that pinky toe. Then finally we can drop that heel down. So the majority weight is forward. Feel what it feels like to have that weight hang out mainly over the ball of your foot, your toes, and finally your heel. So that's a separation of work. 1/3 the way through the ball of your feet, 1/3 the way through your toes, and 1/3 through your heels. So there is work through the heels, but 66% of that weight is forward. And once you're there, keep those feet parallel, hips width apart as you turn out your knees, fire up your quads, fire up your calves, and then we activate the pelvic floor. That's first chakra. Second chakra is your lower abs, third chakra is your upper abs. You're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back. You're going to get your head over the top of your body. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. We're going to check in real quickly, try to drop that pinky toe down again. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in that tummy. See what it feels like? We have a slight bend in the knees, quads are on. This is time under tension, so we want you to keep those muscles on. Abs are nice and tight. Mario, get your butt in here instead of mocking me from off screen. She's doing a little dance right now. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy, and see what it feels like. We are going to work the shoulder in a very easy but weird way. Stay in this really good posture. You're going to put your hands on your tummy. You can interlock your fingers if you want, but we're going to have two positions. First, you're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back. You're going to squeeze them together. And as they're squeezing together, you're just going to pull your hands into your tummy. Like you're trying to flatten out your tummy and you're trying to get your chest up at the same time. Look how Maria's posture just changed as she squeezed her shoulder blades down and back. Her chest went up. And we want that as the rib cage closes up. So really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You may feel your back muscles cramping because you haven't used these muscles properly. We're going to use them properly. Abs are nice and tight. Knees are bent. First, second, third chakras are on. And then now, you're going to open up the space between your shoulder blades. This is called protraction. Keep your head over the top of your pelvic floor. And then same thing, pull your hands into your tummy. You're going to work your lats. Don't let the work go under your neck though. Keep your abs engaged, suck in your tummy. And your shoulders will feel more forward as you pull those hands into your tummy. And like you're trying to flatten something out, like your tummy or a ball against your tummy. Okay, and then we're going to do it again. You're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Pull in your tummy. This is just turning on all the small muscles of your shoulder. Suck in that tummy, smiles are up. And if you've done this correctly, your shoulders should be kind of tired. If you haven't done it correctly, you're like, I could do this all day. It's just keeping my belly warm. Okay, shake out those arms. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put your hands behind your back. We're going to do it again. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. First, second, third chakras are on. You're trying to pull your hands forward. So you're pulling them into your low back. Abs are nice and tight. Keep those abs engaged. Chest is up. You're feeling now your pecs working. You're still squeezing your shoulder blades down and back. Pull, 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 pull. Abs are nice and tight. Don't put any work into your neck. And good. Now you're going to go into protraction. You're going to open those shoulders up. Same thing. Pull those hands like you're trying to pull it through your body. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. Notice how easy it was to shut off your abs. Don't do it. Smiles are up. And then here we go again. Draw the shoulder blades down and back. Get the head over top of body. Pull those hands through your body as best you can. You can't, but you know, you're gonna try. Abs are nice and tight. And good. Shake out those arms. You should feel your shoulders working. This is stabilizing all what are called the sits muscles. Those are rotator cuff muscles. Okay, you're gonna put your hands against your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. And now you're gonna try to squeeze your hips skinny. Suck in your tummy, chest up. Squeeze, keep your abs on. Notice when your abs shut off. Your hands are on your hips, not on your low back. Your hips, there you go. Like you're squeezing your hips together. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back, abs are nice and tight, and good. Now you're gonna take your shoulders apart. This is protraction versus retraction. Squeeze your hips, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those hips. Put your hands on your hips and squeeze them together physically. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. This should be working your pecs, subscapularis, and your lats. Okay, once again, we're going to draw our shoulder blades down and back as we squeeze our hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Abs are nice and tight, suck in that tummy. And good. Shake out those arms. I may have to do this next one on my own. We're going to take the arms over the top of your head. You're going to interlock your fingers. Suck in your tummy. You're going to rip your arms apart by squeezing your shoulder. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back and then just rip your arms apart. Keep your abs engaged. Notice how your butt wanted to clench and your abs wanted to shut off. Keep your abs engaged. Elongate as much as you can, but keep your shoulder blades down and back. And good. Now, you're going to separate those shoulder blades. Abs are nice and tight. And then you're going to rip your arms apart. And good. Shake up those arms. Last one. Arms go over the top of your head. It's going to be harder than you think. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. You're squeezing the palms of your hands together. Like you're holding onto a rope by your hands. Like why you would hold a piece of rope by squeezing the palms of your hands together is beyond me. But if you had to, you could hold on. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. And then now, you're going to take your shoulders apart. Reach up. Abs nice and tight. Squeeze. Suck in your tummy. Notice when your abs wanted to shut off and your butt started clenching. Stop clenching your butt. That's what Maria tells me all day long. And good. Just shake out those arms. So now we know the shoulders are turned on, so we can get to the lower half of the body and a lot of what's creating low back issues. It's imbalance, so we're going to really work on it. Block goes under the ball of your left foot, heel goes down, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Keep your abs engaged. First, second, third chakras are on. Chest is up. Knees are turned out. Abs are nice and tight. Keep your abs engaged. Push your hips forward. This is called mounting your hips. You're going to push your hips forward until your hips are over the tops of your feet, especially those anterior portions of your feet that we talked about. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're closing up that rib cage. Your butt cheeks are relaxed. And from here, we're going to do a pump stretch. We'll ease back into our little honeycomb. Abs are nice and tight. This is lengthening out the gastrocnemius. Feel what it feels like to do this and how it really affects the posture of what we were just doing on the shoulders. Okay, 20. And then we're now gonna bend and straighten your right leg. Notice that your knees go straight forward in their direction. Don't let them turn in, don't let them turn out. It's straightforward. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. It's really easy for your abs to shut off when your leg drops down. How many is that? 12. Okay. Suck in that tummy. Smiles are up.
20.
Good. Now you're gonna bend and straighten your left leg. So bend and straighten that left leg. It's not gonna bend much. This is opening up a muscle called the soleus. Abs are engaged. Right leg stays straight. Smiles are up.
20.
Okay, now you're gonna take your right leg across midline. You're gonna bend your front knee. You're gonna stretch. You're gonna stick out your butt on the left side. It's gonna create a twist. You're gonna lower down your right hip. It's gonna open up your glute max on this side. This is a really good one for getting rid of low back pain because it opens up your glute max, that thing that's accidentally clenching and making your back become your butt. Lower down that right hip, twist to the left. Twist your body to the left. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in that tummy. And then you're gonna pitch forward a little bit. Get that weight over the top of that right leg a little bit more. And you're just very lightly lift and lower your toes. Abs, twist to the left. Okay, good. Let's come back to center. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna push those hips forward one last time. Suck in that tummy. Chest up, lats on. Fire those lats on. Good, let's switch sides. Block goes underneath your left ball of your foot, or sorry, right ball of your foot. Abs are nice and tight, sucking your tummy. We're gonna mount those hips. Just get your hips over the top of the most forward portion of your foot, the ball of your foot. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. And now we're gonna pump to open up the gastroc. Don't clench your butt to do this. Keep your abs engaged. Don't let your abs shut off. We're working muscles and not joints, so you feel no pressure in your low back. Watch the alignment of your knees. Chest up. Keep breathing. And now we're gonna bend and straighten our left leg. Keep your right leg straight. Make sure that left leg bends forward and not towards midline. Bend and straighten your left leg. There you go. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. This is opening up the gastroc. Okay, now you're gonna bend and straighten your right leg. This is gonna open the soleus on that right leg. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Do not clench your butt. Do not stick your butt out either. Smiles are up. We'll stick it out soon enough. Okay, now you're gonna keep this leg bent. You're gonna take this leg across midline. We're gonna rotate to the right. So that means you're lowering down your left hip. You're sticking out your right booty cheek and you're stretching out your right booty cheek. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. And in fact, this already is a lot for countering what's going on in the low back. And then we're gonna push that weight forward. Abs are nice and tight. And you're just gonna lift lower that leg. That's gonna put a lot more load into that butt cheek. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Breathing, smiling.
10.
Good. Come back on 2 feet. We're gonna push those hips forward one last time to make sure you can mount your hips. Abs are nice and tight. Notice because your butt was sticking out, it's actually hard to get back over the top of your hips. That's why we're working on it. Okay, good. Come back onto 2 feet. Just see what the ground feels like. See what your back feels like, more importantly. You should notice that you're more loaded into your feet. They should feel flat against the ground, like you're really connected. We're gonna go back over to this left foot as I finish choking. Your heels down, you're gonna bend your knee. This is where it gets interesting. You're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee and you're gonna work down into a squat. Keep your chest up, don't round your spine. We're trying to stretch out your butt cheeks. Your abs are engaged, you're sucking in that tummy. We're also opening up the soleus because your knee is bent. You're having trouble staying in this position, it's because you have a tight calf or a tight soleus. Suck in that tummy. Stick that booty out as far as you can. On this one, you get a stick out. Keep that pelvic floor on, keep your abs engaged. And then we're gonna come up, hips go forward, keep that leg crossed, open up your hip flexor here. Abs are nice and tight. This is really easy for you to shut off your ab. Okay. Now we're gonna hinge from the hip, not from your low back. So stick your butt out with the straight spine. Keep this leg straight as we do a reach down to the ground. Forward fold. Suck in that tummy. Time under tension, that means no pain in any joint. We're working muscles and not joints. So if you feel pressure in your knee, contract your calf, your quad, your hamstring to stabilize as well as your abs. It means you turned off too many muscles trying to find a stretch. Okay, come back up. Nice and tall, reach, hips go forward, pump those hips forward once again. Balance, smiling, breathing. Okay, so we're switching sides. Calf stretch. Abs nice and tight. I forgot what we did. Oh yeah, figure 4. Bend your knee, figure 4. So bend your knee first, figure 4, then stick out your booty, keep your chest up. On this foot, make sure the toes are up so no pressure goes into your knee. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. Really stick out your booty to get stretch into both butt cheeks. Keep your abs engaged, pelvic floor on. Abs nice and tight. Smiles are up. Okay, and now your hips go forward. We're gonna try to open up the hip flexor here as well as your gastroc. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. I think we pumped, yes? Mm-hmm. Let's pump forward our hips. That 10? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Hinge from the hip. Keep your spine straight. You're gonna reach for the ground. Time under tension, so we're working muscles and not joints. So keep those muscles on. If you feel pressure in your knee, turn on your calf, your quad muscle, or your hamstring. Suck in that tummy, keep those abs engaged. Is that it? Okay, and then we come back up nice and tall. Push those hips forward once again, reach. Pump those hips forward. Smiles are up. Abs are on. Okay, both feet on the ground. See what the ground feels like once again. You should notice that the calves are really opening up and it's taking a huge amount of load out of your low back. If you feel load in your low back, it's because you put the work there. Okay? We're gonna go to our next piece before we do some more fancier stretching with the calves. You're gonna go onto your left knee on the block. Abs nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back as always. Now we want the head over the top of the block. Okay, that tells us our abs are on if we can keep there as we start doing hip circles. Smiles are up. Tried a new hair product, obviously it's not working.
Opposite direction.
Yep. Suck in that tummy. So as a preference, we either put ourselves into a butt sticking out position or a butt forward position, but the worst combination is a butt tuck rounded spine position. So we want to pick one and stay with it, but we have to open up both. And that's why we're going to do this next piece of lunging forward. Keep your abs engaged. This is stretching out the rectus femoris. Abs are nice and tight. And then you're just going to go side to side with that hip motion, opening up the different portions of the hip flexors. Keep your abs engaged. Try not to let your head move all over the place.
10.
Okay. Reach back behind you, grab a hold of that ankle or foot, pull your heel to your butt, and then lunge forward, abs nice and tight, suck in your tummy, and you can do your hip circles once again. Smiles are up, and you're breathing.
10.
Opposite direction. Now we're hitting 10. And now you stretch forward, chest up. Pull that heel to your butt. Smiles are up. Really, we're working the big three, the calves, the quads, and the butt. All week long we saw asymmetries in this. Okay, you're gonna take your leg across midline straight. Abs are nice and tight. And those asymmetries created a lot of low back pain. We saw one tight butt muscle, one tight opposite quad muscle, or we saw one tight calf muscle and one tight butt muscle. And so it's just a matter of stretching it out, and it takes people out of what feels like excruciating pain and a lot of times what they think is a hot disc in their back. And you guys can do it on your own by yourselves. Okay, reach down and grab a hold of your foot with your right hand. Keep your abs engaged. We're stretching muscles and not joints. You should especially not feel this in your low back. You should feel it in your calf, in your quad,
10.
and your hamstring. Okay, come back up. Awesome, awesome. We'll switch sides. I was going to do something else, but I changed my mind. We'll do these back. Okay, once again, head over to top of the block, abs are nice and tight. We're doing our hip circles. Notice if there's a portion of this motion that's super easy or a portion that you avoid, that's what's creating a lot of the back problems because of asymmetrical movement. Keep your abs engaged. Smiles are up. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna lunge forward to open up that rectus femoris. Woo! Abs are nice and tight. Your hips are gonna go side to side. We're just gonna wag. Keep breathing. Smiles are up.
10.
Okay, and you're gonna take your left hand, grab a hold of that right foot or ankle. You're gonna pull that heel to your butt. Abs are nice and tight. Push your hips forward, and then hip circles. For no particular reason at all, Maria and I went to sleep last night at probably 1:45.
Opposite direction.
Opposite direction, so we're a little slow this morning. Okay, release that leg. We're gonna take this leg across midline. We're gonna start.
Actually stretch forward.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a deep stretch forward. Sorry, pull that heel to your butt. Stretch forward, stretch, stretch, stretch. What would I do without Miss Maria? Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. Hey, hey, hey. Maya's tickling my back. Okay, take this leg across midline. Straight leg. First reach. Just reach, reach, reach. This creates a contralateral twist. Keep your abs engaged. No pressure into any joints. If you do, quad on, calf on, hamstring on, abs on. Then reach with your right or left hand to grab your left ball of your foot. No pressure in your low back. That means something is majorly turned off if you feel it in your low back. Okie dokie. Come on back up again. So now we know your quads are open. We're gonna come into kneeling. We're gonna make sure they're super open. We're gonna just do everyone's favorite. You're gonna point your toes back behind you. Abs are nice and tight, knees are touching. You're gonna lift up your knees. We're gonna do sit-ups here as you draw your abs in. Shoulder blades go down and back. Your head is nice and long. You're leaning back, sucking that tummy. Suck it, suck it in. We're gonna do 20. What number are we on?
9, 10.
Feel that stretch of the anterior compartment of your ankle and your foot as it opens up what's called your tibialis anterior. Tibialis anterior. Wrong muscle.
20.
Okay? And then you're going to curl your toes under. If you feel excessive pressure in your toes, that means you need to push your heels back. So push those heels back. We're going to lean back over the top of the feet. It should not feel like your toes are going to snap off. What it should feel like is you're stretching out your plantar fascia and your Achilles tendon into your calf muscle. Abs are nice and tight. We're doing our sit-ups again. Smiles are up. Hey, keep your eyes in your sockets.
20. You stole my block.
I did. Okay. We're gonna come into a pigeon position. You're gonna take that left leg forward, bring it across midline, push your rear leg back behind you. I'm gonna give Maria more space so she can fully straighten out that rear foot. You have enough space? Okay. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're gonna go chest up. I know everyone wants to round immediately, but that gets you in a bad habit of lengthening the back muscles. We want to shorten the back muscles as you rock your hips from side to side. This is opening up the different fibers of your gluteus muscle. It's your butte. Abs are nice and tight. Sucking your tummy. You're gonna bend that rear leg. You're gonna bring your heel up, and you're just gonna wiggle side to side. This opens up your butt and your rectus femoris. Great combination for getting you out of low back pain. You should not get a hamstring cramp or a foot cramp because you're not using your hamstring or your foot.
10.
Okay, reach back behind you, grab that foot, pull your heel into your butt. You can rotate off to the left. Okay, go ahead, release that leg. Oh, we're gonna go into a downward facing dog that Maria's gonna walk us through. Because I can't do these.
Okay. Gecko your palms onto the mat. Lifting the shoulder blades down and back. Suck the belly button towards your spine. Lifting the hip sits bones up towards the sky. Press the front of your thighs towards the back of your leg. Deep inhale and exhale.
Okay. From here, we're gonna go a pigeon on the opposite side now. The right leg goes forward, abs are nice and tight. The rear leg is straight back behind you. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy, and we're gonna wiggle side to side. This is a dynamic, it's not an asana. Sucking that tummy. Oh yes, we bent the right leg, our left leg. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy, and you're just wiggling side to side. Sucking that tummy. Feel that stretch in your gluteus gluteus. Okay, reach back with your right hand, grab a hold of that left foot. You can rotate to the right now. Maria's phone is fixed. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, go ahead and release. And we're going to push back into a down dog again. Oh.
Keep pulling the energy from the arches of your feet, connecting the inner thighs, pressing the front of the thighs towards the back, lifting your sits bones towards the sky. Suck your belly button towards your spine, lifting that pelvic floor. Soften up your rib cage, pull your shoulder blades down and back, long neck, and just breathe.
Very nice. Transition here into up dog or cobra. Shoulder blades down and back, abs on. Try to get that pubic bone to your nose. And then push back into child's pose. Sit back up again, just see what your low back is feeling like. You should feel really tall and long. Shoulder blades are easily going down and back now. We're gonna open up the adductors slightly. So we're gonna need one block. I'll move off to the side. We're gonna put our knee on that block. Your leg will go out to the side. So on this one, it's really important that you keep your quad on. Don't let your quad shut off. Hamstring goes off, we're opening up the adductors here. And we're gonna start out just by wiggling the hips side to side, abs nice and tight. It's okay if your hips pop like mine just did. Sucking your tummy, toes are up. And we're gonna stretch these adductors in two positions. One is with the hips over to the left. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna lean over as far as you comfortably can get down your leg. Suck in that tummy, keep your chest open. This will get a little more of your hamstring. Abs are nice and tight. And then we're coming back up. And now your hips are gonna go to the right. So this was left, now you're going to the right. You're gonna stretch over, you're gonna notice you can't go as far. It's gonna get more of a flank of your body, and that's okay. Just keep your abs are nice and tight. Okay, come back up. We're gonna switch sides. We're only using the block because the ground can be very unforgiving sometimes, not because you particularly need it. Leg goes out to side, toe goes up, quad goes on. We want that quad muscle on, abs are nice and tight, hips go left and right. Smiles are up. Suck in that tummy. Try not to use your butt.
10.
Okay, hips go over to the right, and then you're gonna lean over to the left. Like I said, this will get your hamstring more than it gets your adductor. Abs, chest up.
10.
Come back up again. Hips will go over to the left. And we're gonna lean into it. Keep breathing. Boys off the bowling league. Okay, come back up again. We're gonna come into kneeling now. Have your block handy still. Your block's gonna go out to the side, so I'm gonna move over here somewhere it has space. You're gonna put your foot on the block now. That's gonna get deeper into that hip. You can sit back into it if you'd like. But what you're gonna do is roll your foot forward with your knee, and you're gonna roll it toe up, in and out. We're causing internal and external rotation of your right hip. This is opening up your adductors and now your sartorius. Keep your abs engaged. We're gonna come back to kneeling again. You're gonna bring that block in closer. You're gonna put your foot on top of that block and you're gonna stretch down. You're gonna like sit back into a squat. These are all the positions we don't normally go into. This is working half of a deep squat. So chest stays up. You can lean onto this knee. You can hear a story that's gonna be a while. Oh yeah, this sounds great. I'm gonna sit here. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy.
10.
You're just gonna take your, what is this? Right hand to the ground. Chest is up. Oh. Suck in that tummy. So what we're doing is opening up the muscles around the hip.
And if you want, you can use your arm to put a little pressure outwards towards you.
Yeah. What she said. Okay. We're gonna finish this one out by putting your knee back on the block. And we're gonna stretch forward again just to open up what may have shortened up in the hip flexors. Abs. If you destabilize your abs through this, you'll end up with low back pain. We don't want low back pain. We want the abs stabilized. Okay, and the hips open. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Same thing on the opposite side. You're coming into kneeling. This leg will go off to the side. Then you can sit into it. Toe starts up. You're opening up at the adductor and sartorius as we go into internal and external rotation. should feel no pressure in any joints because you're using muscles. Keep that quad on. There's no reason to shut the quad off. Rock in, rock out. Good. We're gonna bring our knees back together as we bring that block closer to us. You're gonna put your foot on top of that block. You're gonna do your little squat. Oops. Squat, squat. Listen to a story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day, while he was shooting at some pools, out from the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Okay, hand comes to the ground. Sucking that tummy. Well, first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Ken folks said, Jed, move away from here. California is the place you ought to be. So he loaded up his truck and he moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Abs are nice and tight. I kept singing that song when we were in Beverly Hills on our last little trip. Kai had this look on his face like, well, what the heck are you singing? Okay, once again, take that block back behind you, stretch out the hip flexors. Abs are nice and tight. All this is to relieve low back pain. Low back pain is a pain in the butt. That's why we stretch the butt. Okay. 9, 10. Okay. All right, we're coming back into kneeling again. We're going to do something that just opens up the low back a little bit. You're going to be on your hands and knees. You're going to let your spine sink to the ground, but keep your abs engaged. That's the only thing that's going to be different. It's like a cat-cow, except your abs are super on. Keep your pelvic floor on, suck in your belly, shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to restore that arch in your low back and shorten up some of those back muscles as you squeeze your lats on. In other words, get your shoulder blades down and back towards your butt, but keep your abs on. Okay, from here you're just gonna rock one hip. Let's rock to the right. To open up your right glute max, keep your abs engaged. Stretch everything out. And we'll go to the other side. Stretch to the left. Notice if one butt cheek is clearly easier to stretch than the other, that's muscular imbalance that could lead to low back problems. Okay, on this next one you could use your ball, as in the little lacrosse ball, which I am recommending, or you could use your bigger ball, which you could use too. No dignity loss using either one of them. What's Wolfie? Is she in there? She's not over. She's over there.
She's not in there.
She's a vanishing dog. She teleports. Okay, we're gonna put the ball underneath our right butt cheek. You're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee. You're gonna roll out your right booty cheek. You're gonna smile up, remembering that any tension or pain you feel that you think is associated with the ball has to do with the fact that you were clenching your butt all week long. Abs are nice and tight, sucking in your tummy. Oh. You'll notice if one butt cheek's tighter than the other, you'll start winking. Like Maria keeps winking at me and I wink back at her. Coward! Annie went onto the big softball. Should be underneath your right butt cheek, Annie. There you go. Roll it out. Okay, this load gets rid of a lot of back pain. We're gonna switch sides. Ball's underneath your left butt cheek, you're rolling out. Oh, your left ankle's over the top of your right knee, you're rolling out that left butt cheek. To get any soreness out of here, jaws relaxed. Keep your abs engaged. Whoo! Notice if this refers pain somewhere else. I know it's searing into your butt, but it might go into your shoulders, it might go into your knees. It can even cause it all the way down to your toes. Okay, we're gonna switch sides again. The ball's gonna go underneath your left booty cheek. You're gonna put your ankle against the ground like this. You're gonna find the sore spot on your booty cheek with that ball. Doesn't matter if it's a big ball or a little ball. All you're gonna do is pump in and out. It's okay if you hear your hip click or pop. And you can move around, find different sore spots. Keep your abs engaged. These are sit-ups. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Find the sore spot, sit on top of it. Pump that leg in and out, abs are nice and tight. And as always, you can move around to find an even sorer spot. Suck in that tummy. And good. We're gonna grab our roller real quickly. We're gonna work the calves. Roller goes under your calves. We're gonna give you several options. If you're not feeling particularly strong, you can just roll in and out on top of your calves. If you're feeling a little stronger, you can push up under your arms and roll with straight legs. If you're feeling super strong, you could take one foot and put it on top of the other, roll it out, lengthening your calf muscle, doing the lateral head, or you could do the medial head. You can do either side, or you could do what Mario's doing. That's plenty. Abs are nice and tight. Or if you want, you can put one foot down. Either way, any of these variations, your goal is to lengthen and iron out, roll out your calf like a piece of dough. And we're switching sides. Keep breathing through this whole exercise. Okay, booty down. You're gonna grab the soles of your feet with the rollers underneath your ankle. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're just gonna bend and straighten your legs. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Abs are nice and tight, sucking your tummy. No pressure into your low back. On this last one, you're gonna hold it. Abs are nice and tight. Straighten out those legs as much as you can. Hold. Should get a nice shoulder stretch at the same time. Okay, we're gonna release. You're gonna take your ball. And you're gonna put that ball in the, microphone. You're gonna put the ball in the small of your back, and you're gonna arch over the top of the ball. Oh, we're gonna counter stretch in case you accidentally used your low back like I shouldn't have. Rock from side to side. This opens up your psoas muscle that accidentally got used, or your iliacus. That's why it's called the iliopsoas complex. Keep your abs engaged. Jaws relaxed. Okay, ball goes underneath your sacrum. We're going to open up that booty again. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee. We're first going to open up the tensor fasciae lata by trying to get your knee to the ground as you're in this position. Don't let any work go into your neck or shoulders. And then you're going to pull your knee to your chest. Keep your abs engaged, suck in your tummy. You should feel the stretch here in your left booty cheek, not in your low back. If you feel it in your low back, you need to straighten out your spine, squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, tighten up your abs. And smile up. Okay. Whenever you feel ready, you can switch sides. So we're going to start out with our foot on the ground. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Open your right hip up to open up that tensor fasciae lata first. Keep your abs engaged. And now bring your knee to your chest. Try to stick your butt out, squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight, your lats are on. No pressure in your low back. You should feel only stretch in that right glute max. Suck in that tummy, notice when it turns off. Okay. Now, both legs go straight in the air. Toes point towards your nose. You're just going to pump your toes towards your nose and then release. Keep your abs engaged though. Don't let your abs shut off. No pressure in your low back. You should still be trying to stick your butt out as you do this. That'll deepen the stretch into your calves. You can do some internal, external rotation, opening up that hip, those hips again. And good. Bend your knees, feet go flat on the ground, balls in the small of your back once again. Your legs are straight, you're rocking side to side to see if you accidentally use your psoas muscle instead of your abs. You should have no low back pain. If you do, it means you need to tighten something up, and that's typically your abs. And then gently roll off the roller onto your back. See what the ground's starting to feel like underneath you. Oh, that is wonderful. We're gonna finish out by going on the roller. Butt is at one end, head is at the other end. Feet are parallel, knees are bent, knees are over tops of your feet. Your head is slightly off the end of the roller, so your head can line up with your pelvic floor. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back. Just feel what it feels like to breathe. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Engage first chakra, that's your pelvic floor. Close up third chakra. Suck in second chakra. Just get everything balanced. Because this whole class was about balance. And just breathe. You guys stay on your rollers. I'm going to sit back up to bring you home. So you can see how much low back pain could be caused by an imbalance, but we want to make it about the back. We want to make it about where we feel the pain. And seldom is it that simple that we have a problem right where we have pain. And And that's a problem we have everywhere in the microcosm of our life. We have it in government, we have it in family systems, we have it in our own body. We always want to go where we feel the pain and not realize that a pain is usually more systemic. It's more involved with what's called the kinematic chain. It could be involved with the whole structure and how it's functioning. A level of integrity that's missing, an awareness that's gone, responsibility that's being shirked. So feel what it feels like to get your head over the top of your pelvic floor and breathe. To have opened up balance in your body and connection. Because at the end of the day, this class is about personal responsibility and awareness. Because with those two things, you can heal anything. So on behalf of Maria and me, we just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being willing to try all these crazy things we ask you to do. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being supportive. We appreciate you very much. And namaste.
Namaste.